Long before the spotlight, before the applause, there was only a dream.
Hi, I'm Madina and I'm so excited to be here in Atlanta and I can't wait to meet the fans.
Baada ya kupata hiyo habari, nilifurahi sana, nikafurahi kupita kiasi, nikachangamka.
Hawa watoto tulingangana nao, tulikuwa tunalima tu chakula ndio tulikuwa nayo kwa wingi, lakini pesa kidogo sana.
A dream nurtured in modest conditions where talent was clear but opportunity was not always guaranteed. Kenya has slowly become a basketball capital in Africa, and the statement was made much louder as Madina Okot was drafted 13th overall in the 2026 YNBA draft by the Atlanta Dream.
I just want to thank my school and everybody that I've been in their hands before I got here and everybody that was involved in my journey getting here. Shout out to Coach Philip Onyango. He's the first person that introduced me to basketball. He's the one that showed me the court, how the game is played, and everything. I'm so grateful to my parents, my family for being there to support me, even though we are far away from each other. And I'm grateful to God.
Okot made history as the first Kenyan woman drafted into the WNBA. However, Madina Okot's journey is not one of instant success. It's a story of grit, of early mornings and late evenings, of training through fatigue and pushing forward when the path seemed uncertain.
Si yeye mchezaji peke yake. Hawa watoto karibu wote ni wachezaji. Ni mtoto ambaye hakutaka kukaa. Kila wakati angekuwa amekosa kazi, alikuwa ni wa kujituma, kujishughulisha na mchezo wote wa mpira, either wa volleyball ama wa miguu. So ni mtoto ambaye akili zake na talent yake alikuwa na focus kwa mchezo wa mpira.
There were moments when resources were limited and the game demanded more than was available, but walking away was never an option.
Sasa hawa watoto tulingangana nao, tulikuwa tunalima tu chakula ndio tulikuwa nayo kwa wingi, lakini pesa kidogo sana. Lakini tukawahimiza ya kwamba mtu akiingia darasani asome na nguvu yake yote. Sasa walipoingia shuleni kweli walijikaza. Kama huyu Madina aliposoma kutoka standard 1 mpaka 8, alikuwa ni mtoto wa bidii kwa darasa. Hata wakati akafanya mtihani alipata marks mzuri sana, ingempeleka kwa shule mzuri, lakini hatukuwa na uwezo.
Step by step she grew from local courts where she first made a name to bigger stages that demanded more discipline, more strength and more belief.
Akiwa hivyo na timu Kenya walikuwa wanasafiri nje ya nchi, wanaenda. Wakati alikuwa anaenda ndio anakuja na hizi trophies. Kula anaenda mpaka akuja na ka trophy. 2022 akaenda Birmingham na timu Kenya 3-on-3. Pia akatoka huko na trophy. Tukashukuru Mungu.
And with every challenge she responded. Her presence in the paint became harder to ignore. Her confidence grew and so did the attention.
Alisoma Mkoya primary akajoin Mkoya secondary. Hiyo form 1. Ilikuwa 2018. Akasoma hiyo form 1 first term. Ikaisha. Second term alisoma nusu yake. Walipokuja half term na alikuwa ameingia kwa uwanja wa volleyball ameonekana, ndipo akapata scholarship. Aenda asome kwa shule yenye anaweza soma akiwachezea. Hiyo shule ilikuwa Bishop Sulumeti ya Lugari. Sasa huyo mwalimu akamchukua after second term half term akaenda akiwa tu form 1. Sasa huyu Madina fees yake ya mwisho tulilipa akiwa form 1 first term.
Okot caught the attention of Eastern Michigan University scouts, but challenges with her visa prevented her from attending university in the United States, forcing her to stints at Zitech University and Kenya Ports Authority.
Nikamwambia michezo peke yake mama haitakusaidia mpaka mwisho. Utafute kakosi ujifundishe kanaweza kukusaidia. akachukuliwa na Zitek University akiwachezea akisoma. Hiyo pia alikuwa kwa scholarship, sisi hata hatukugharamika chochote.
After 4 heartbreaking visa rejections, each one threatening to stall a dream, she refused to give up, holding on through the setbacks until persistence finally opened the door.
Alipoenda kwa embassy, hakukubaliwa kuenda.
Alifanya 4 attempts kwa embassy akifail. Mpaka at long last Mississippi ikaingilia ikati, wakafanya ima, wakafaulu kumpeleka ng'ambo.
After a resounding season at Mississippi, the Kenyan star transferred to South Carolina to play for head coach Don Staley.
Playing for her was so great for me. Like, I'm so grateful for that opportunity. She really taught me a lot. One that really stood out to me was just the challenges are going to be there, but it depends on how you're going to handle them.
From Mumia's Express to the continental limelight, Madina will now share the stage with the world best, such as American superstar Angel Reese.
I'm so excited that I'm going to be able to compete against the greatest players that I've been watching or I've been looking up to growing up. And just the fact that I already know that I'm going to be beside Angel Reese, I feel like that is a very big blessing to me. And I'm just so excited to learn so much from her, where she played the same position as me. And so I'm just sure that she's going to teach me a lot. She's already more experienced in basketball, and I feel like right now she's a vet, so she's more experienced with the level that I'm going already.
Today, as Madina Okot continues her rise, her story is no longer just about potential. It's about proof that with resilience, with discipline, and with the right support, even the humblest beginnings can lead to greatness.
Nilifurahi sana, nikafurahi kupita kiasi, nikachangamka, na ikabidi pia nikawatafute wengine ambao hawakuwa karibu, tukaanza kushangilia.
Nilikuwa najisikia vizuri, juu sasa huko normal call haikuwa inaenda, mpaka upige either voice call ama video call. Nikajisikia kumbe mimi pia naweza ongea kwa simu nikiwa kwa video call, mtu wa Amerika namuona. Ilikuwa nafurahia.
And for those who have walked this journey with her from the very start, this moment is just as much theirs. Zuki Allen for TV47 Sports.
Good morning. Welcome to Monday Blitz. And a very beautiful Monday morning, by the way, where you catch all the sporty action that has been happening during the week. And this week has been so busy. We've had the FA, we've had the English Premier League, we've had the London Marathon, whereby a record was made. History was made, by the way, the London Marathon by a Kenyan, of which is a privilege. We had the Kenya Women Premier League Derby, Ulinzi versus Police Bullets. We had the Mashemeji Derby during the weekend. And all of that, you'll be catching it live right here on TV47 with I, Katila Macy. And of course, I'm always not alone. I am with Fred Arocho. Karibu sana, Twiga.
Thank you very much.
Uko mzima?
Thank you very much. Niko sawa?
Hapo sawa kabisa.
Yes.
And we have Felix Jr. Karibu sana.
Nashukuru.
Najua umefurahia?
Mbaya.
Unasikia poa? Weekend yenyu kwa poa?
Yes, a lovely weekend. I think it's one of the weekends that as a Kenyan you should be proud.
Yeah, sure.
I was proud when I saw Sebastian doing his stuff. Remember that he is also he was the defending champion of the London Marathon. Last year he did 2 hours 20:27. This year he's done 1:59:30. Basically, it's a very good improvement. And he's proved that resilience pays. I remember when they were trying to prove that somebody can perform under 2 hours. They had a lot of technology that was brought in. But yesterday, I saw Saga doing it without any technology. And once again, kudos for the good job that is done.
Felix yako imekuwa fiti kabisa?
Imekuwa poa.
Well, all right. Starting off, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, our question of the day, whereby we can interact on our social media pages on Facebook TV47 Kenya and on X TV47 Digital, and you can also send us a message on WhatsApp 0793267279. This is the question of the day: can AFC Leopard win the league after the derby defeat? Right now, remember, Mahia is at number 1 with 61 points, followed by AFC with 55, but still. The Ambani brothers believe that if this is their year, this is their season, that they will win the Kenya Premier League. So send in what do you think about AFC Leopards winning the league. All right. Now, starting off, let's start talking about Sebastian Sawe. Whereby he made a new record. Rochas talked about it, 1 hour, 59 minutes and 30 seconds. Whereby he even said that in the morning he had tea, honey, as breakfast. You asubuhi, and I was wondering, tea peke yake na asali, mayai, and then you ran all that. Arocho, I'll start with you. First of all, congratulations, Sebastian Sawe, for raising the Kenyan flag so high. That was a good one. And then he was followed by the Ethiopian, 1 hour, 59 minutes and 41 seconds. Arocho, I'll start with you. Let's talk about Sawe's world record.
I've gone through his training regime, and I've realized that he's doing almost more than 115 miles every day. That is not, fit. The guy does a lot of training. It also confirms that Kenya is a powerhouse in terms of athletics. You've seen the various Kenyans who have performed in that category. And once again, I'm expecting a lot in the forthcoming Olympics. That is where is the epitome of athletics. So this for me was just but a warm-up session. You saw the way he was so confident as he was moving towards the end line. But all in all, it was a very lovely Kenyan weekend in terms of athletics. We saw what happened at the Kipkeino Classic. We saw our athletes performing so well on the top level. So basically, it's just a warm-up, and I believe that we are going to perform even better.
What's your take, Felix Jr., on Sebastian Sawe's win and breaking the record at the London Marathon?
According to consistency of his training, that's why he's winning this. Yeah. I've watched him like 3 times. Yeah, and if you look at his age also, he's someone at least promising. He's going to reach far. Yeah, he's going to put us in the map.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Sebastian Sawe, and of course, and also congratulations to Omanyala, by the way, at the Kipkeino Classic that happened. But right now, Duncan Mutua had a story about Sebastian Sawe. If it is ready, we can have it.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m.
Good morning.
You have my rent?
Leo jioni kama tutakuwa tumelipa rent, nauza hii simu yako.
Hamna pesa. I need 3 G's to make my nails today.
Sasa hivi natuhusu aje?
Can I order now? Do you ship? Can I get blinking ones?
Mimi nilikuwa na trade. Nimeekelea kitele yangu. Kitele yangu na trade. Ikikunyuma.
Oh my God. He left me. Nitumie ni line.
Uko nje kuna wifi.
Why? Hi-Fi?
Wait, so what do we call this dish again?
I have no idea.
The cucumbers are there specifically for my beauty routine.
Tangu kero umeka kwa beauty product?
Na ameenda.
Tunafaa tukuwe na logo yetu. Like, si ni brand already.
You won't entertain divas. No. I'm not dealing with a man-child.
Amazing. Nishapenda hii energy.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
My father used to tell me that our hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition. We might fail. We will probably fail, but not for a lack of trying. So for the last time, and the faster. Welcome to Connect In, the best experience in Eastern Central Africa.
Dancing and jubilations as news of his historical feat spread.
Tuliruka tu kwa nyumba hata kama alikuwa hajamaliza hata kukimbia, lakini tulikuwa tunaruka. Tulifurahi, yani hata sijui.
The rest also saw Ethiopia's Tisti Asefa
at 8:30 p.m.
Good morning. You have my rent?
Leo jioni kama tutakuwa tumelipa rent, nauza hii simu yako.
Hamna pesa.
I need 3 G's to make my nails today.
Sasa hivi natuhusu aje?
Can I order now? Do you ship? Can I get blinking ones?
Mimi nilikuwa na trade. Nimeekelea kitele yangu. Kitele yangu na trade. Ikikunywa maji.
Oh my God, he left me. Nitumie ni live.
Uko nje kuna wifi.
Why? Hi-fi?
Wait, so what do we call this dish again?
I have no idea.
The cucumbers are there specifically for my beauty routine.
Tangu lini kero umeka kwa beauty product?
Na ameenda.
Tunafaa tukuwe na logo yetu. Like, si ni brand already.
You won't entertain divas. No. I'm not dealing with a man-child.
We're saying we thought it was our fresh start, but we can see other things coming in. Now, there has been accusation to the FKF president that some amount of money, a lot of money, 42M, and then he said he is innocent, and then Mariga comes in. The NEC have appointed Mariga as the acting president, but we need to clarify on this. I'll start with you, Arocho. What is happening? What is happening at Kandanda? What do you think? Is it a fresh start, or is it just what has been happening, that just new faces?
Well, it started quite well. This regime started so well in that it's the regime that handled Chan, the biggest showcase that we've hosted as a country. But as we move on, you realize that they've been having disquiet. Yeah. Initially, it started when there were allegations that Mariga was being sidelined, and then that faded off, and then, of course, what is currently happening. I feel that it's just a conversation that has started. Substantively, I don't think that Hussein has been kicked out, because you saw the response from FIFA. They needed certain documents sent to FIFA to ascertain if the whatever they had, the meeting they had, went to the required FIFA or FKF rules. But all this, for me, is just a conversation that has started. And I feel that it takes me back to 2006, when Alfred Sambu was the president of FKF. More or less what is happening now happened then, when Sambu was ousted as the then FKF, that is Football Kenya Federation, president. It started with allegations of nepotism, and then there were issues surrounding the promotion and demotion of clubs. FIFA came in when FC Leopards were to be demoted, and then there were several issues. Reunion was also there. So FIFA felt that the Kenyan league was not a competitive league as such, because the demotion and promotion criteria was not clear. Now, fast forward, allegations are now in, and you can see that the NEC is split, and of course Hussein's side is somehow not having a good number. The good number is on the other side, where they feel that they are being aggrieved. Now, to add salt into injury, there's also another letter that came. That is the finance committee complaining that the current regime is bypassing the committee. By the way, according to FKF statutes, all financial transactions must be approved by the finance committee. So basically, we are looking at two major allegations towards the regime. I'm seeing a lot of turbulence moving on. I hope people will be sober enough to discuss issues. And then, of course, you saw what FIFA said. Yeah. Article 87 of the FKF Constitution has states that the National Executive Committee has the mandate to discuss any laguna, that is uncertainty within the constitution of FKF. They have the authority to discuss and dispense with an issue that is not really within the constitution. So all this brought together, you realize that there's a lot of confusion. And moving into the next week, you'll see a lot of push and pull within the two factions. But once again, I'll take you to what happened in 2006, where Alfred Sambu was eventually kicked out in Nakuru. It started with his neck, then eventually it went to the delegates who they are the ultimate body of the federation. So let's be ready for more turbulence in this space.
Before I come to you, Felix Jr., yesterday Hussein met with the stakeholders. Let's hear what he had to say.
The support of all the 48 branches, and I'm happy to see that everyone made it, with the exception, I think, of 2 or 3 people who sent in their regrets because of short notice. But we are solidly behind protecting the integrity of the federation, and I'm very happy that all the chairmen have been able to articulate all the things and all the issues that they wanted us to address. And I want to reiterate once again, we must follow rules and our regulations, and we must follow due process in everything that we do. It is very, very clear now and very obvious that there has been a deliberate campaign to smear my name, to try and destroy the name of the federation, to bring this game into disrepute. We shall not allow it as FKF. And this, I think, is so critical and so important that every Kenyan understands that you cannot just wake up and throw somebody's name into the public domain with no evidence, with nothing to show, just with the aim of trying to take over an office illegally. We will not accept it, and we will fight very hard. Let me again repeat, there's only one FKF. There's only one president. There's no 2 FKFs, there's no 2 presidents, there's no factions. We have one united FKF that has these members of Congress as the ultimate decision makers in matters to do with how the federation is constituted and how it is run. My fellow Kenyans, I want to give you my commitment that all these allegations will be dealt with, but through the proper channels. We cannot do a smear campaign to try and get somebody out of office illegally. That one will never happen. So I want to thank FIFA, I want to thank CAF, I want to thank the government of Kenya, I want to thank the stakeholders for remaining calm and for allowing us the opportunity to still be there and to address these issues as they come along. Lastly, I want to inform all Kenyans, and I want to inform everyone who's here as well, that this is just the beginning of the fight. I know and I'm aware that there are plans to come up with more and more so-called scandals. And I can assure you there's nothing that they will throw at us that we will not be able to deal with. So expect more propaganda, expect more malice, expect more fake stories and fake articles that will hit the press. And they are all unsubstantiated. And I can assure you, they will interrogate, and I want to also challenge the members of the Fourth Estate, the media. Please interrogate everything that you are brought in terms of the stories that you are running.
That was Hussein Mohamed yesterday when he met with the stakeholder. Felix Jr., what's your take on this? Bana, mambo imekuwa mingi sana. Ilianza hivyo with even the sacking of the CEO, Ndege Kitambo. Now, things are happening. And as you've heard, he has said, a lot is coming. A lot is coming. What's your take about this?
Okay, my take is, Sayuki Angalia, I think everyone is pulling kulingana na uzito wake. Because in that federation, kuna wale electiwa na another, the previous regime, and then kuna this current regime, kuna watu wali mix. And ukiangalia kila mtu anavuta pande wake. Juu ukiniuliza vizuri, what's really happening between Mariga? Ilianza venye Arocho amesema hapa. Sacking of Ndege, because maybe alikuwa anataka accountability, which hiyo ndio ilikuwa nini yake. But at the end of the day, issue yote inahusu pesa, utasikia hizo rebellion. Utasikia. Kuna maybe someone mali yako anaona mimi sikupewa yangu. So why don't I go there? At the end of the day, mimi nasema hivi, hao watu wote, if they really want football kusonga mbele, lazima wakae chini wa solve their issues. Lazima wa solve. I think ni issue tu iko within them. Sababu hata kuna accusation mingi zinaendelea. Mara this person doesn't want this team to win the league. Kuna vitu mingi. Utasikia huyu hataki huyu bebe ligi, huyu hataki sijui nini. And by the way, we are hosting CAF nini AFCON. One of the biggest tournament in Africa. Na hizi vitu zimeanza. CAF they are listening. Utafika mahali watasema tuwezi na bani inaweza kuja pia cause ukiangalia Hussein venye amebonga amesemaje lazima procedure ifuatwe. Which mimi ukiniuliza procedure inafaa kufuatwa. Na siko ba the previous regime kulikuwa na ile la kutamp kifua. Sisi hatuwezi toka, hatuwezi fanya nini. But ukiangalia hata venye ameongea amesema nini zitakuja mingi. Na hata hiyo kusema pia alikuwa kuna time alikuwa amesemekana ingezekana tangefanya nini? Ange step down. Juu yenyewe at the end of the day si tunataka ball isonge. Hizi scandals zisikuje saa hii. Na kama ziko let them be solved pale Kandanda house. Sisi watu nje kuna mwenye anangojea information aitumie. Kuna mtu anangoja aitumie aseme sasa wameanza kupigana wacha sisi tuingie ndani.
Let's listen to what Mariga had to say about this because kumekuwa pia na mambo mingi sana on the internet, others claiming ameshasema he is the president, but let's listen to what McDonald Mariga had to say about this.
It came to our attention of the National Executive Committee that there was serious governance, financial and constitutional violation, which informed and led to the resolution passed on 24th April 2026. Consequently, the NEC wishes to inform the public that decisive measures will be undertaken to safeguard the integrity of the Football Kenya Federation. These concerns include allegation of financial impropriety, loss of public funds, and breaches of procurement and financial management laws. In this regard, key officials have stepped aside to allow for independent investigations and comprehensive forensic audit by relevant bodies. We note that the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission (EACC), Insurance Regulatory Authority (IRA), Public Procurement Regulatory Authority (PPRA), Confederation of Africa Football (CAF), and FIFA have commenced investigation into these matters. We welcome these processes and respectfully urge the respective bodies to fast-track their inquiries to ensure timely accountability, preserve public confidence, and facilitate the swift restoration of integrity within Football Kenya Federation. To ensure continuity of operations, the NEC has mandated me to take up the role of acting president, which mandate I have accepted and assumed with immediate effect. Consequently, an urgent NEC meeting will be convened as soon as reasonably possible. Further, necessary steps shall be taken to preserve evidence, including freezing of relevant accounts and a review of all existing contracts. We reaffirm our commitment to transparency, accountability, and rule of law, and call upon all stakeholders, partners, and public to remain calm and support the ongoing process aimed at restoring trust and integrity in Kenya football. We want to assure all our partners that there is no vacuum, and FKF shall honor in full all our obligations. Specifically, we want to assure our Premier League partners, SportPesa, our Premier League broadcast partner, Azam, and all our other partners that we shall continue with the partnership as per our contracts. We believe that our decision to clean up the game will build trust and attract more partners. We welcome and invite both current...
Well, that is McDonald Mariga. And as you've heard, mambo ni mengi, things are boiling, but as Felix Jr. said, tunataka tu ball ichezwe. But right now, Arocho, a lot of people have been asking what FIFA really wants. No, because FIFA has officially written to the FKF, NEC, the National Executive Committee, asking full documentation and evidence regarding the recent resolution that resulted in the suspension of key officials and the installation of McDonald Mariga as acting FKF president. So, Arocho, in depth, briefly too, make us understand, or make the viewer understand what FIFA really want from FKF National Executive Committee?
Well, first and foremost, FIFA acknowledged what is happening in Kenya. It's unlike what FIFA does. Normally FIFA, if there are issues that they feel are not worth their attention, they will never respond. But the fact that they responded in itself indicates that FIFA is listening and they are really concerned about what's happening in the country. Now, if you allow me to read some of the details that FIFA wanted. FIFA wants first approve of how the NEC meeting of April 24th was convened, the notices required, and the circulation of that notice. Basically, a NEC meeting cannot be done without a notice. Either this notice must come from the CEO, who is the guy who does the minutes of these meetings. And if in any case it doesn't come from the CEO, it should come from the NEC members. This is why I talked about Article 87. Okay. And if you also may let me read Article 87, which stipulates that Article 87 of the FKF Constitution mandates the National Executive Committee shall have the power to decide on all cases of force majeure. This is unforeseen circumstance, and all matters not provided for in the Constitution. So anything that is not provided in the Constitution, Article 87 mandates the National Executive Committee to dispense and come up with a solution. That's why I'll go back to what I was reading. So basically what FIFA wants is the notice. You need to indicate to us that you notified the NEC members, all of them, including Hussein, of this intention of this meeting. Now, the second thing, the official meeting agenda. You need also to indicate that you gave an agenda, and it was quite stipulated in the notice. Evidence of the quorum and the voting results. The guys, or the NEC members who are in that meeting, you need to give their names and how they attended. What I mean here is, you know, the National Executive Committee of the FKF is comprised of the traditional 8 provinces. That is Nairobi, Western, Nyanza, Rift Valley, and the 8. Yeah. Then there is the 1 representative of women and 2 nominated officials. So all these, adding the vice president and the president, makes the NEC. So that one should also be clear. The other thing is all documents, reports, and material used to justify the decision. For the NEC to come up with that decision, you must justify all that. And another thing that was quite, another point that was quite conspicuous is confirmation that affected officials were given fair hearing before the decision. This is basically natural justice. Before you condemn me, you also need to hear me out. So basically what FIFA wants, they want to see if all these rules or regulations were set in place, and they need that evidence. And they've given Mariga and team until the 1st of next month to give these details, so that, because it's FIFA who are going to endorse if in any case Hussein is going to be kicked out, or they are going to refer back to the NEC and tell them that you did not do this and this in accordance with the FKF Constitution.
As you said earlier on, Hussein Mohammed met with the stakeholders yesterday and the 42 branch chairman. Let's listen to what they had to say about the whole of this saga that is happening.
And I want to assure Kenyans and the country at large that there was no formal NEC meeting, there was no communication, and as you can see, FIFA has given direction. They should bring that there was a formal NEC meeting, and everybody who has any evidence should brought up before NEC. So hii mambo ingine yote ni siasa, na tunajua ni siasa ya AFCON. Na wengine tunajua hata last regime they try to do coup. Na sasa hiyo wanarudia hiyo tena coup. It won't work. It won't work. Tusilete football kwa siasa, tuongoje wakati ya kura. Wacha Wakenya wafanyiwe kazi. Kama unataka kufanya kuu, haitawezekana na kuashua tena. You did it with the last regime, you are trying it again. You know yourself, stop this thing you are doing and let football take its course.
We are going to stand with the president. We are going to give him a chance to be able to correct what he feels needs to be done. In regards to today, we have seen a letter by FIFA, which has categorically guided us. And we stand with the principles of what our laws and constitution say. In regard to what we see in the media, for now we'll take it as hearsay, as of course everything has a process. We extend this to our team outside there, that for now we only have to build one house. Nothing can be done overnight, and we request that everybody out there to give us a chance to be able to try and bring things to order. That's our position as the chairman, and as you can see, we are all here together.
Kwa sawa, tumeongea mambo ambayo yalikuwa yamefanyika, tutakubaliana na tusonge mbele. So nahakikishia wote ambao wanapenda mpira Kenya kwamba mambo itakuwa sawa. So sisi kama chairman tuko pamoja.
Leo tumekuwa na mkao hapa pamoja na rais wa shirikisho, na akatueleza kwa ufasaha yale ambayo yametokea na utofauti ambao tumeuona na kile ambacho kinaelezwa katika vyombo vya habari. Nataka kuhakikishia Wakenya kwamba FKF iko sawa, kila kitu ambacho kinatendwa juu ya sheria, na vile vile kama machea ama Congress tumeamua ya kwamba tutasimama na rais wa shirikisho ili kuhakikisha kwamba Kenya na East Africa tutaweza kuendelea mbele katika masuala ya kuandaa tamasha kubwa la AFCON la mwaka ujao.
Those are the branch chairmen that met with the President Hussein Mohamed. Now, Arocho and Felix Jr., what are your final remarks? Nuna history aje? The saga that is happening.
For me, it's just a vicious circle. This has happened. And once again, I'm going to talk about 2006. It's unfortunate that football in Kenya has always been having wrangles from the time of minor karaoke. We saw the same wrangles when the late Hatmi was the president of the federation. We saw the same wrangles when Sam Nyamwea was the president, and there was some wrangles, of course, when Nick Mwendo was there. I feel that the football family needs to get their grip of how they handle their issues. Yes, you will disagree, but I feel there's a better way of handling your disagreement and how you're going to move forward. These other federations also have issues, but I feel that football has always been having issues all along. It's not today that it started, and I think also the FKF constitution needs to be reviewed. For me, I feel it is the rule book that galvanizes all these teams, because the NEC currently the majority is saying something else, and as you've seen from the branch chairman, who are the delegates who voted Mariga and Hussein into office, are saying something different. So basically, football has always been having turmoils, and it's high time that the stakeholders within this industry get their grip together. And also, at times, we need to look at the bigger picture. We are having AFCON coming in, and I think that's why CAF and FIFA have responded quite promptly, because they are worried. These are our hosts, and yet there's still no peace in that country. And I also feel that FIFA is somehow getting fed up with Kenya. We are always having wrangles in this country. So it's a plea to all the gentlemen who feel aggrieved. Let's have our disagreement handled in a better way. If we are following the constitution, then yes, let's follow it. I remember in 2006, it was very murky. It brought a lot of casualties in terms of guys who were kicked out. That's when the late Hatmi came in for the first time as the president, because he initially was the vice president. So we need to talk to each other, not at each other.
Before we move on to the Mashemeji Derby, Felix Jr., what your final remarks about whatever that is happening? Ama umesema watu wacheze tu ball.
No, ukiangalia issues zote zina happen federation ama venye amesema hiyo ni ya ball is not about even mtu afanye kazi yake poa. Ni pesa. Ukiangalia sana is all about money. Si mtu amefail kazi yake. Utasikia scandal ya equipment za national team, unasikia zizi overquoted over 10 million per game. Ukipiga hesabu unaona hata ifai.
Lakini hebu ngoja, you know, I've heard that rumor that some money is being spent, 10 million per match. Surely that's not even practical.
It's not practical.
It's not even making sense. For someone who has a grip of what football is all about. How can you say that there's money that is allocated from the government, if I got it right, 10 million per match?
Per match.
You know, that one is just out.
Ndio maana nikasema nini, kuna zile vitu utasikia kama hizo. Issue ni pesa. Things are not going well. Upata mtu afanye kazi yake poa. Hapa mtaani unapata games za sub county ama county haziraniwi poa. But utasikia mtu akiongelea hizo. Utasikia ni story na pesa. People are not doing their work. Na when you fail to do your work, utatafuta mali pa kuji. Sasa kuna mtu ataingilia na hii story. Ajikinge na hii story. Nani but there ukirudi nyuma unafaa kufanya kazi yako. Do what you are supposed to do. Hizo vitu zingine achana nazo. Juu tutafika AFCON venye imesemekana. AFCON is coming. Na the way Arocha amesema, FIFA are watching. Na ukweli tutachoka. Mara utasikia scandal ya kiwanja jaisha, sijui nyasi iliyekuwa gani, sijui nini. Hizo ndio vitu zinatukula sisi wenyewe. We don't make our outs in order. So
we need to focus.
We need to focus kwanza tuangalie the bigger picture. AFCON is coming.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Moving on, we had the 99th Mashemeji Derby that happened yesterday at the Nyayo National Stadium. First things first, the stadium was full. It was beautiful. Watu walijaza sana. And Mahia won. One goal was scored by Alpha Chris Onyango, whereby Mahia had made them have 61 points. That is 6 points ahead of AFC Leopards. And this one takes me back to our question of the day. Do you still think that AFC Leopard can win the Kenya Premier League 2025-2026 season? Arocho, let's talk about this derby, because I remember very well when we hosted AFC Leopards president, Boniface Ambani, and also the coach. He was like, he is here to win the league, and he said he has never lost a derby twice. Wacha nianze na wewe Arocho. Let's talk about yesterday's derby.
Well, before I go into yesterday's match, I feel FC Leopards are their own enemies. Why am I saying so? When FC Leopards played against Mathare, that is when they needed to move close to Gor Mahia. They lost that match. When they were supposed to even move closer to Gor Mahia, when they played against Police FC, they lost that match. And they don't just lose that match with a very slim margin. They lose a match terribly, like what they did against Police. What am I saying in a nutshell? I'm saying that FC Leopards need to up their game. Yes, they've done so well this season. But if in any case they want to be in contention, they need to win important matches. If in any case Leopards won yesterday against Gor Mahia, look at the way the league could have been. Now it could have gone to equal points.
Equal points with goal difference.
And then perhaps we could have seen the goal difference or the subsequent matches that are coming in. On the flip side, Gor Mahia, congratulations for the win. But I'm looking at very, very tough matches coming Gor Mahia's way. Gor Mahia is going to play against Kakamega Homeboys. Yes, Homeboys are somehow blowing hot and cold. I think they picked a draw over the weekend against KCB, which for me was a loss for Homeboys. Gor Mahia is still going to play against Police FC. The Police FC are the defending champions of this league, and they have a very formidable side. It is a formidable side. So I'm looking at their fixture as somehow very, very strong contenders. But once again, FC Leopards needs to up their game. If in any case they need to challenge Gor Mahia, they need to perform when they are expected to do so. You cannot lose 3+ goals against Mathare. You cannot lose 3+ goals against Police FC and expect to be a strong contender. If they are trying to get their groove together for next season, then well and good. That is a very good preparation. But if in any case they're still in contention for this season, they need to know that big teams are described in big moments. Big moments, when you are playing big matches, you have to perform. Once again, kudos to Gor Mahia for the win, and I believe that it's just but the beginning of the resurgence of Gor Mahia. Now what Gor Mahia needs to start looking into is, once they're done with the league in Kenya, how are they going to conquer Africa? Because conquering Africa has been a challenge to Gor Mahia since '87 when they won the Mandela Cup. They need to start looking at ways of bringing in very good quality players for the Champions League that is coming after the season is done. So Gor Mahia should not look at, for me, they should not just look at winning the league. They should start preparing for the space that will come their way after they've won the league. That is the Champions League, and they need to make a mark in Africa.
Before I come to you, Felix Jr., let's listen to what Coach Charles O'Connor and Fred Mbani had to say about the 99th Mashabi derby that happened yesterday.
Ukiangalia second half tumemiliki game, ukiangalia ukweli kabisa ni ile tu wamekuwa tu black wakapata bao. Kelly na Belgium at least wameleta electric balance first half. Na nashukuru at least iliweza kustabilize game. Na ni bahati mbaya wacha tuseme.
To be fair, we looked at the opponent very well. Compared to what we did in the first round, we looked at exactly what they were made of. And so we strategized everything. And in the second half, in the first half, you realize that we were better, we controlled the game, they couldn't operate. And that is exactly what we planned. It worked. I must say the boys have done so well, so well. I salute them because of the performance. Not just win, the performance, and also the belief. You know, in the first half, we had a lot of chances. We couldn't score. They believed and worked so hard, and at the end, they were rewarded with a goal.
That was Coach Charles O'Connor. He's very proud of his boys. Felix Jr.,
Yes.
give me a jana. What was the expectation? Ulikuwa expect bao kuja dakika 83 ama ulikuwa expect
Okay, derby you cannot predict bao itapatikana time gani. Na ukiangalia poa even kwa mtandao, FC Leopard walikuwa too much sana kwa mtandao. Too much. The same na Nairobi United na Mathare. Mmoja alikuwa too much kwa mtandao. So Gor Mahia wakiendeo game walienda na ile point ya we are dominating this league. FC waliendea result. FC waliendea win, but Gor waliendea result. Hao walikuwa wanaenda lazima wapate nini? Lazima tupige Gor home and away season. Is this season or never? But Gor Mahia went for what? For result. Umeelewa? Na tukiangalia venye coach amesema Mbani ati Gor Mahia were lucky. In fact they were lucky first half. Kipwa Katasi alikuwa one of the brilliant player kwa hiyo kiwanja that day, jana. Alipiga save ngapi first half? Around 4 saves. Ambapo first half ilikuwa inaisha around 3 goals. First half FC were nowhere. Second half the first 20 minutes FC came na at least walikuwa wanaonyesha now this is a derby. Now tukirudi back kwa venye Rocha amesema, when you are going for a title, make sure you beat your rival. Hiyo inakuanga sheria. You can't lose against police hizi vitu zote. Alafu when you come to a title, you are a title contender and then you lose against the person mwenye unafaa muna equal point na yeye. FC losing this game imwa demoralize kuongea ukweli. Cause hii game walikuwa na expect washinde hii game watoshane nini? Gor Mahia is going to Kakamega Homeboys, which is not an easy game. They have police, they have Kakamega Homeboys and they have Nairobi United, which pia imekuwa shida kwao for the previous games nini season But ukiangalia even the way that derby was organized jana, ilikuwa na for the first time after many years derby nili feel like this now is the derby. It's not one-sided kulingana na turnout ya mafan, it's not one-sided kulingana even the players, but pia this is the weakest Gor Mahia squad yenye nimeona for previous years. The way Rocha amesema, they may win the league, but this is not a squad that can go and compete for CAF. Ukiangalia even our neighbors who are Tanzanians, nowadays Simba na Yanga, they're not competing for the league. Wanaangalia quality ya players wanafaa kucheza nini? CAF. And that's why unapata sai Simba they are still in CAF. Utawapata quarter final, semi final. Why? They are working to dominate what? For us bado hapa Kenya unaangalia kubeba ligi. You feel you are satisfied. I mean mebeba ligi, that's enough. But derby for the first time, let me be honest, jana nilikuwa happy. The result, I have no problem calculation to Gor Mahia. I'm a Gor Mahia fan, na niliambia Rocho hapa previous show, nilimwambia boss, Man City ya Kenya ni Gor Mahia. They know how to bounce back. They know how to bounce back. Wata lose game 4 zikifuatana, wata bounce back. Na jana walionyesha FC is not about what? It's not about bragging right at say when those nini, no. Wacha tumalizane kwa kiwanja. Yeah.
Well, all right. I think we have some few fans that talked about the derby yesterday, because after the game, kulikuwa na chaos kidogo, tear gas kidogo. We saw some AFC fans walking over viti kwa stadium. There was a picture pia, one was trending. Alikuwa amevaa jazi, but kulikuwa na mafans wa AFC walikuwa wanatoa viti kwa stadium. Tear gas was there, but it was maintained. But before, can we listen to what the fans have to say before I come to you, Leon? Felix, I think you have something to say. Wacha tusikie kitu mafans walisema jana about the derby.
Kitu cha kwanza, game imekuwa poa, game imekuwa fiti, lakini kitu tumelose sana ni tumekuwa na tension. Unajua, player wetu wengi wamelose tension, hawaweki ball, like wako na pressure. Pressure ndio imetumaliza, lakini game imekuwa fiti na tunajua kwamba game ni yetu. Point 6 si mingi na tuko na game kama 5. Kwa hiyo mimi najua kwamba tuta improve na tutatengeneza game itakuwa fiti.
Sasa sisi tutalaumu Ambani bana. Ambani anachukua bana matata anamwanzisha penje bana. Sasa hiyo ndo anatufocus bana. Sasa lazima ni uchungu, inauma shabiki bana. Ni uchungu, lakini wacha tukue na morali. Inauma.
Ni uchungu ndio lakini kila ningependa kuambia FC fans kuna kushindwa na kuna kushindana.
Yenyewe hii game hata kama tumelemewa, tumekubali, lakini kuna handball ilikuwa hapo, refu 1-on-1, refu anakataa kupeana hiyo. Naona hapo tumekubali tu, lakini otherwise wacha tukubali matokeo juu ni sawa, ni ushindi, lakini tunaikujia point 3 mmebeba ndio, lakini tunakujia bado.
Bado na believe season yenu.
Season ni yetu bado, game bado
ni yetu game. Sisi tuko na tumepoteza tukatai. Tunachukua. Tumepoteza na tumekubali na tuna maneno mingi, wacha tuende. Lakini ref amekuwa pande ya goal, lakini niko tu sawa. Lakini Ambani jikaze bado tuko na game 5 mbele. Bado hizo point tutachukua. Hii ni yetu hii.
Wametufunga lakini hawajachukua kombe. Bado kuna mechi, bado kuna time. Tulia sasa bana. Ndio mkeka umewekwa sasa. Bado ni mapema. Makosa ndio imefanyika.
Ambani ndio yeye ndio ako na makosa, si ndio? Ningependa angeanzisha Kelly Matata. Kelly Matata si player mwenye unaweza anzisha nje. Unamleta second half. Huyo ni mtu mwenye inafaa kuja kwa midfield, si ndio? So makosa ni Ambani. Ambani inafaa rekebishe. Kukosana na player uko kule kando sisi. Atupatie player wacheze ball goya. Kama last tukipigwa alieka Kinyanjui nje tukapigwa, si ndio? Sasa hii Kelly Matata anaanza nje aje sasa. So Ambani inafaa rekebisha hapo.
Bado tuko na nguvu. Tunaona bado watu wana mbwembwe na bado tumepigwa, so bado tuko na nguvu. Yeah.
Hii ndio season yenu?
Yeah?
Hii season yenu?
Hii season yetu na tuogopi. Yeah, tuogopi.
Game leo imekuwa fiti, lakini tumekubali kama mashemeji, tumewaiwa moja na first leg tumewai. Lakini tumefurahia tu kwa game, lakini tumesikia uchungu kulusi derby. Unajua derby sio rahisi kupoteza ukiwa nyumbani. Tumekuwa nyumbani na tumepoteza. Tuko na uchungu moyoni na tumehuzunika sana.
Bado na believe mtashinda, bado mna believe ndio season yenu bado.
Season ni yetu, point 6 sio mbaya, point 6 ni kidogo.
Nimeona ile kama mwisho venye wanafanya upira na lazima tu peke yake hapo game simama.
Niachilia dakika ya mwisho kwa nini?
Inaingia tuchukuliu.
I love how FC Leopard fans are saying this is their season. Your faith ibaki hivyo. Leon, not Leon. Wow. Felix Jr.
Yes.
You had something to say about the chaos that happened yesterday.
Okay, kuna kitu inaitwa crowd management. Na ukiniuliza after that match what that DJ had to do, mimi ukiniuliza angeka music. Cause tension ilikuwa ishafanya nini? At least try to poteza watu kidogo na music. Cause after game ukiangalia changing room aliko ni wafan wa FC wako na the team that lost ni FC Leopard. Una expect nini nifanyike? Mwenelewa, kuna those fans wenye watabaki kwa kiwanja wataki kujua. Kuna watu kama hao, lazima utapata watu kama hao. And mimi ukiniuliza DJ angetu game ya Shabana, that's what DJ did. Game iliisha, Shabana DJ akaweka ngoma. At least ilipoteza watu kidogo poteza tu at least watu juu kuna wale watu kama wako kuna wale wata walk out, game imeisha ende home, na kuna wale amebaki anasema mimi lazima nilete fujo. And ukiangalia venye walingoa vitu wakarusha, it wasn't nice. Haikufanyika poa. And that's unaona hata watu wengi waliingia ndani ya kiwanja and then that's another story. Tumekuja kuharibu tena kiwanja. Kuna mwenye alipita hadi na corner flag anaenda. Umeelewa? So unashindwa huyu anaenda wapi na corner flag?
I think discipline kitu moja sana, and I wrote you some time back alikashif sana throwing the mambo ya tear gas kwa stadium, but we'll talk more on that when we come back. Right now we'll be taking a very short commercial break, and then when we come back we'll start off with the Mozart Bet Cup that has been happening. The quarterfinals zinakuja and the fixture is moto. Things are boiling. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
At 8:30 p.m.
Good morning. You have my rent?
Leo jioni kama tutakuwa tumelipa rent, nauza hii simu yako.
Hamna pesa. I need 3 G's to make my nails today.
Sasa hivi natuhusu aje?
Can I order now? Do you ship? Can I get blinking ones?
Mimi nilikuwa na trade. Nimeekelea kitele yangu. Kitele yangu na trade. Ikikunyuma.
Oh my God. He left me. Nitumie ni line.
Uko nje kuna wifi.
Why? Hi-Fi?
Wait, so what do we call this dish again?
I have no idea.
The cucumbers are there specifically for my beauty routine.
Tangulini kero umeka kwa beauty product.
Na ameenda.
Tunafaa tukuwe na logo yetu. Like, si ni brand already.
We won't entertain divas.
No. I'm not dealing with a man child.
Amazing. Nishapenda hii energy.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m. on TV 47. Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
My father used to tell me that our hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition. We might fail. We will probably fail, but not for a lack of trying. So for the last time, and the first time, welcome to Connect In, the best experience in Eastern Central Africa and its environs.
Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on TV 47. Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m.
This is a very serious place.
I see that. Surely. Hey, Nyumba.
This is the place.
Just for a few days.
Rule number 2.
Kwani Google inajua maisha yangu wewe?
That's my seat.
It's a chair.
It was hers.
You're new here?
Yes.
You learned the rhythm.
This place is run by structure. Structure.
It is a system. Ni venye tu ni system haisikizi.
And what happens if something you haven't chosen enters your day?
I remove it.
That's not always going to be possible here.
Then you are going to have a problem.
Noted.
What are you planning? To escape from a resort?
This is not a resort, my friend. This is a storage.
Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. on TV 47.
Nairobi, where the hustle never sleeps and neither do the scammers.
Link up, we are talking about something that's affecting all of us. We are talking trust.
We're diving into the campus life.
Stay fresh, stay safe.
Stay linked.
And welcome back to Monday Blitz. I'm Katila Macy, and remember I'm with the Freda Rocho and Felix Jr. Just a continuation, let's move on to the Mozart Bet Cup, the quarterfinals that is happening. Shabana is facing police. Bandari will face Wafalme. Remember, it beat Muranga Seal a high 5. And the KCB are facing the defending champions. Naiboys, while Tusker will welcome Ulinzi. Arocho, tuanze Shabana facing police.
Well, that will be a nutcracker. Most likely that game will be played in Gusii.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the optics that will come with the Gusii. It will be very positive for the sponsor to host a match of that magnitude in Kisii, and of course it comes with the crowd. It will be a tough match. I like what currently Tusker are doing. They've done so well in the league. The resurgence of Tusker is quite impressive. I'm one of the guys who really was hard on the Tusker management when they were fumbling about having their coach. Now they've got it right. They brought somebody. They've invested. I was just trying to urge them to invest. So I'm seeing a very tough match, but of course Shabana most likely will edge Tusker, going by the record that has been there. I think the last time they played in Nairobi, the last 2 occasions, Shabana won 1-0 here, and then they went to Gusii. I think Tusker also picked some points there. So that is another big match. And for Tusker, it's about 4 or 3 seasons that they've not won any silverware, and that's unlike Tusker. So I feel they're going to put all their efforts in this encounter. But once again, I'm saying it here and now that Shabana will emerge victorious.
And how about Bandari and Wafalme?
Well, Wafalme is a good side. I like what they are doing in Eldoret. It's one of the Wafalme is one of the Shamako babes for guys who saw soccer in the early 90s. There was a team called Shamako Babes. Shamako Babes was a team that came from nowhere and brought a lot of discomfort with the big boys. Mfalme did so well against Muranga Seal. In fact, it's through Mfalme's result that Muranga Seal sacked their coach. So I'm seeing a team that is strong, but where they are going to play at the moment is very tricky. They need to have some experience. I've not watched them play. I hope they have some experienced players to absorb the pressure that will come with that match. So once again, I'm seeing Mfalme dismissing another big boy at this juncture. So all the best, Mfalme, and good job they are doing in Eldoret. Football should not just be about Nairobi.
Yeah, sure.
Football should be taken down there, and they are doing. Currently, I think they are topping in their Division 1 zone. I think Zone B. They're doing so well. If they're topping, they're not topping. They're second or third. So it's a team that I'm putting a lot of my money on, and I believe that it's a team that will bring back the pride of Eldoret. We used to see a lot of very good stuff from Eldoret KCC, Rivertex doing so well in the previous years. So Mfalme for me is the next big thing, not only in Eldoret, but the entire Rift Valley.
Okay. Felix Jr., let's talk about Shabana facing police. I think walikuwa na game pia, wakadraw.
Yeah, Shabana.
Bandari versus Wafalme, let's talk about that, and KCB facing Naiboys, of which is a very big game. Let's talk about that.
Okay, Nairobi, KCB versus Nairobi.
Naiboys, yes.
Yeah, when you're facing a defending champion, because ukiangalizo team zote zimebaki kwa Mozart Cup, no one is going for the league. Because the one who are contending for the league walitolewa. In fact, walitolewa na regional team.
Yes.
Which mi ukiniuliza kwa Mozart Cup, my team of Mozart Cup ni BB Bread. Team ilitoa Gor Mahia FC, then ikabidi waletewe polisi. Na polisi kamaliza. Polisi waliona sasa watu, wacha waletewe polisi. So mi ukiniuliza, KCB Naiboy, I will go for Naiboy. Then Shabana Police, so wamecheza previously weekend, wamedraw 0-0. Was it 0-0?
Yes.
In Gusii, wamedraw 0-0. But this is a tournament. Kuna extra time. I mean kuna penalties. So lazima winner patikane.
Yeah, sure.
So here I'll go for police. Mimi naenda na polisi. Then Wafalme Bandari, I think hapo ndo safari inaishia.
Ya Wafalme.
Kama wanaenda Bandari, I think safari inaishia hapo. If they're going to coast, safari inaishia hapo.
Wanaisha kwa Wafalme.
Safari yao inaishia hapo.
And we have a cut here. Wacha tusikie about the Mozart Bet Cups.
Tumejaa ngori Bandari, we are coming for you. It's okay, I know we are underdogs in this, but you know, even David did beat Goliath, so anything is possible. This is football.
I feel good, I feel happy, because this is our time also. And this is like a final match, because we are not going to go for second leg. And it's motivation, that match is motivation to us. We are playing with the champions, and we know how they do it, and we know they want to defend the trophy, but also we want to win the same trophy.
It's going to be tough, but I believe our players are up to the task, and our technical bench. Of course, one match at a time. Next we're playing KCB in the quarters, and we also played with them last season. So they are familiar opponents. We know them. The players know each other, the coaches. So it's about preparation. So, and we believe we are up to the task.
It was a joint effort from both the federation and ourselves to consider, because over the last seasons we have received a lot of feedback that the cup games are being hosted only in Nairobi, especially these penultimate stages. So it's just to ensure also the fans from the other regions around the country, since the cup has participants from all over.
The teams will be meeting next weekend, I believe. Alafu tujue itakuwa namna gani. But now, let's move on to the NSL, one of the most competitive leagues in the country, whereby something good has really happened. Cape Media imemwaga pesa kumwaga hapo ndani to the National Super League. And right now, let's talk about this. You know, there was a match during the weekend and our team was on ground. Gucha Stars were facing Mombasa Youth, whereby our reporter Alan was there. So let's talk about this NSL, Rocho. It's one of the most competitive leagues if you've gone to watch some few matches of the National Super League.
I watched Mombasa play Vihiga about a fortnight ago. The match was played in Mombasa, and I really enjoyed. And once again, I'd like to commend Cape Media as an entity getting into Kenyan football and partnering, bringing in money, because the NSL has been suffering for the longest time.
Yeah, sure.
The Kenya Premier League, yes, it's tough, but we've have sponsors in and out for the longest time. But the NSL is a region where is a space that not many people have invested in. So it's a good space, and I hope that we as Cape Media are going to make sure that Kenyans watch these matches. Now, moving back to your question, talking about Gucha losing against Mombasa United. Mombasa United is a formidable side, though they did a mistake, if you ask me, the other day when they sacked their coach.
Yeah.
I felt that the coach needed to be given more time. The coach had done a very commendable job. And football, as I always say, is a process. It's not an event. And that's why you see they're still winning, regardless of the fact that they sacked their coach. They won the other day in Mombasa, and of course when they went to Kisii over the weekend, they picked the points. So the climax of, if you ask me, the climax of NSL is coming over this weekend when Migori Youth is traveling to Mombasa to play against Mombasa United. That will be a nutcracker. The two teams are currently on top of the league, and you can see the competition that is there. Another team that is also doing well in the league is Equity Bank.
Yeah.
I commend Equity because this is their first NSL, this is their debut in the NSL, and they had a new coach who has come in with a lot of good stuff, very good results. I was not expecting them being, excuse me, their debutant here to perform the way they've performed. Good job and a commendable outcome that is happening at Equity FC. Another team that I've seen, Naivas has faded off. Last season they were doing so well. They almost qualified for the Premier League, but Currently, I'm not seeing them making any impact. Mofa also lost their steam. Initially, they started so well. That is Olunga's foundation. I like what Michael Olunga is doing down there in Homa Bay. It shows that, and I commend him not only for investing, but for even thinking about his background, his backyard, is somebody who's been given an opportunity, and through that opportunity, he's doing so well in Qatar at the moment. So Mofa is another team. I don't know what has happened to Mofa, but it's like this team is going down. Is another team that I expected a lot of fireworks from in the NSL. But all said and done, we as the sports family within Cape Media, we are so glad that we are partnering with FKF in the NSL League. And for our viewers, this is the channel to watch. I believe this is where all the NSL action, and even the Women Premier League. We are also partnering with the Women Premier League, and this is the channel to watch all this stuff.
We're telling story yetu. To you, Felix Junior, before we listen to what our reporter Alan Nzuki made about NSL, Fortune Sacco versus Kibera, which they drew 1-1. Let's talk about the National Super League that is happening, and you know Cape Media ilimwagado hapo sana.
First of all, mimi ni fan wa Mofa.
Wewe ni fan wa Mofa?
Juu mimi natoka mtaa moja na Mika. Tunamuitanga Mika.
Baba.
Michael Olunga, mimi mtu wa baba dogo.
Alright.
Tumesoma shule moja, but alikuwa mdogo, but mimi ni fan wake na tulipenda sana kitu anafanya. Umenielewa? Watu wachache sana from that area wamefikiria hivyo. Na God Venyarocha amesema God alimbless, haja invest just for other properties, ame invest pia kwa football. Kesho kutatokea Olunga mwingine hapo, kutatokea Lechi mwingine hapo, and some other good players from there. So Kenya nasema, first of all, league ya NSL is very expensive in terms of traveling. Do you know KPL wanaenda Mombasa once? Teams za KPL kutoka Nairobi let me say wanaenda Nairobi once. Na mimi Mombasa once, sorry. But how many teams from NSL travel to Mombasa? And NSL is very expensive. So first of all, thank you so much Cape Media kufanya kitu kama hiyo. Na tunataka kuona vitu kama hizo. NSL is very competitive, but inakuangime watu waishughulikiangi. Inakangani kama nyinyi mkikuja huku juu ndo tawa notice. But that league is very expensive and is very competitive. Kuna team kama kwa mfano Naivas last season they played playoff. They played against Posta Rangers. Sofapaka Posta Rangers, one of the Noka. Lakini sasa ukiangalia performance yao wamedidimiwa kuko chini kabisa. Equity top. Kutoka huko chini kukuja, and then you but mimi nakwambia kati ya Migori Youth na Mombasa United hapo ndio kuna game. Na hii weekend hapo ndio kuna game. Unakaa chini yenyewe una enjoy. So big up sana Cape Media kufika hapo malo umefika. We want to see such stuff.
Alan Nzuki alitutengenezea ripoti moja deadly. Let's listen and watch it. Tupatie.
Mombasa United showcased their impeccable class once again as they roared to a vital 1-0 victory over Gucha Stars at the Cardinal Otunga grounds in Kisii County. Captain Peter Mbuya scored the winning goal to ensure Mombasa United sealed all 3 points in what was a must-win game for the visitors.
Tulisikia wachezaji kati timu ya Mombasa United imetupea motisha sana. At least tuna compete na kuna pia hapo nyuma kuna pressure imekuja kwetu sana. So ndio maana tukienda away tunajaribu kupata hizo pointi.
Win now leaves Mombasa United level on points with Migori, who also thrashed Nzoia Sugar 4-0 in what was an enticing encounter.
Tuangalia tatepo. Sasa tuangalia tatepo, tunangangana game zetu moja kwa ingine. Tumemaliza hii, tumebaki game 8. Next game tuna focus nyumbani, tuko na Migori na kuja nyumbani. Tunataka hiyo ushindi at least. Tatepo tutaangalia maybe kibaki game 2 ama 3.
Those were the scenes today at the Cardinal Otunga grounds in Kisii County as Mombasa United and Migori lock horns next week in Mombasa City in what is expected to be quite an intriguing affair as both teams remain on the hunt for the title. Nzuki Alan for TV47 Sports.
And I want to make Felix Junior very happy, by the way. Mofa ilishinda game yao. Let's see about let's listen to what Mofa and see what they did during the weekend. I believe
Michael Olunga Foundation Academy secured a vital 3-2 win over Mwatate United in an intriguing affair played at the Jomo Kenyatta International Stadium in Kisumu. Steve Otieno opened the scoring for the Michael Olunga Foundation Academy before Kevin Bulimo doubled the lead. Juma brought the Mwatate United squad back in the game before Tati Yawa equalized right before halftime. Second half saw George Ogucho back the winning goal for the Michael Olunga Foundation Academy to ensure they seal all 3 points and climb to top 3 in the standings as they hope to cut their ticket into next season's FKF Premier League top tier. Zuki Allen for TV47 Sport.
Let's move on. Still here at home let's talk about the FKF Women Premier League, whereby also Cape Media Limoga chap up over 2.9 million, which 1 million will be for the champions and then 500,000 for the runners-up. Remember, hapo kitambo kidogo number 2 hakuwa anapata anything, but right now we've seen that Cape Media imefanya ile kitu, and over the weekend there was a derby, Ulinzi Starlets versus Police Bullets, and Police Bullets walipiga Ulinzi 3-0. Arocho, tuanze na wewe. By the way, congratulations Cape Media, and thank you so much for partnering with FKF, at least to support these ladies. Arocho, tuanze na wewe.
Now, before I answer your question, I think the story in year 2 is a reality.
Yeah, sure.
Since we relaunched as TV47, I like the fact that most of our content comes from CC. So basically, it's a confirmation that story in year 2 is basically there. The women football in this country has suffered so much. Suffered because very little has been put in the game. And I've been saying it time and again that if there is a team that will go to the World Cup before the other, that is the senior team, I'm looking at the ladies representing us in the World Cup for the very first time before the men. With all due respect to the men game, there's a lot of attention and attraction around the men's game, but the women's game has grown so fast to an extent that with the other year, that's the other day we saw our under-17 participating in the World Cup for the very first time. Yeah. That was the very first time that the Kenya national anthem was played in any FIFA competition. Mm-hmm. Now, coming back to your question, I think the Police Bullets have done some very good changes in the team. Initially, they brought in a new coach, and it took some time. I think they stagnated for some time, but you can now see the results coming their way. I'm seeing Police once again winning the Women Premier League and representing us in the Continental Showcase. They didn't perform well in the initial one, the one that was playing in Nairobi some few months ago. But I'm seeing a formidable side. I'm seeing a team that is now has gelled and it's ready to perform even in the continental stage. So once again, kudos. And these days, there are days that we could not see women football being played on such a surface. Yeah. So for me, it's a tremendous improvement. I like the fact that now women football is given some prominence. It's being played in the major stadiums around, and the sky is the limit for the ladies in terms of soccer.
Also remember that Vihiga Queens beat Kayole Starlets. To you, Felix, tuongelee about the Women Premier League. You know, previously, number 2 now the runners-up actually for the league, they are getting nothing. But right now, Cape Media make at least 500,000 for the runners-up, which I can see is a very good initiative. At least kuna morale, because some of these ladies are mothers. So going home, a whole year, going back home, at least if you're a runner-up, kuna kitu umeka kwa mfuko. What's your take on that?
Okay, mimi naweza take it venye Arocha amesema. Kwanza tufanye football ikuwe kazi. Umeelewa? Tukishaifanyia ikuwe kazi, because hiyo women Premier League ndio map yetu in terms of ladies. Hiyo ndo picture yetu. So tukiichukulia ni kama tunaichukulia ni kama Kotbiru ama tournament ingine mtaani pale, tunakosea hadi ya wasichana. Because I remember kuna time USA women walisema wanafaa kulipwa kama wanaume. Because pia wana represent nini? Yes, of course game ya madem sana tunafaa kuiweka kwa market kwanza. Tukisheka kwa market venye media sasa imekuja, Cape Media imekuja, thanks so much. Wakikuja kwa hivyo, of course kuna watu wengine pia watakam. Sasa timu ikishinda ligi inapata doki. Hata kama ni hiyo inapatikana, but we must start from somewhere. Sasa at least watapocket kitu. Kitambo ilikuwa ni asante sana na watu wanaenda home. Umeelewa? Asante sana na watu wanafanya nini? Jumpira madem kuna venye mechukuli wangu wa madem, hata ukiangalia turnout when women are playing, kuna ile umeelewa? But ukianza kuona pesa imeanza kumwagwa, competition pia itafanya nini? Itaongezeka. Na kudos to police, by the way, ni wanaogopi wanajeshi. Walienda kwa wanajeshi na kuwapigia tuko kwa wanajeshi. By the police are doing well. Ukiangalia hata venye wameinvest kwa players, they are doing very well. Yeah, they are doing very well.
Just to echo what Junior said, the investment that the police bullets have put in the ladies is commendable. There are times they were paying there were players 5,000 per month, 10,000 per month, but they improved that. In fact, I had a session. I had a session with the chairperson of the team, and he told me that they had a discussion with the ladies, and they said that they would like to equal what they are currently remunerating the men, and they are moving towards that. And for me, that should be the way for all these other teams. And a plea to sponsors or guys who would like to associate with the game. Let's build this game. The women football, for me, is the next big thing in terms of soccer in Kenya.
Something is coming, and thanks so much even to the fans. We also what happened during the FIFA series. The stadium, at least, what will come, the turnout was good. But let's listen to what the coaches had to say about the derby and of the police and the Vihiga Queens.
But the bad thing is that at least one of the results na kwa ball tume lose 3 points at home. Last time nilisema kwamba obvious tunataka ku finish tufanye power kuliko vile tulifanya last time. Obvious lazima kuna namba na obvious kuna points, but so far so good. Tulisha reach ile target ya points walikuwa na last time, so wenye tunawako na at least tuongeze. That's hiyo ndio kilimaanisha, so inaweza kuwa number and the same dot inaweza kuwa kwa points.
I think this was one of the important match of the seasons. We needed the 3 points, and we thank God we have them. All our matches are finals, so just winning. We pray to God to help us.
Thank you so much, Cape Media, by the way, and ilipa pesa mingi sana, and of course, I want to take you through it, the amount that was taken for the ladies, and of course, the NSL. Can I have the graphics, tafadhali, Mr. Director? At least, tupeleke tunamtaratara. And of course, remember our question of the day today, and I would really love to have the feedback. I remember our Facebook page is TV47 Kenya, and our WhatsApp number is 0793267279. I ask, can AFC Leopard win the league after the derby defeat? Remember, the last time AFC Leopard won the league was back in 1998. So, man, you can send in your feedback. Nitakuwa na picha na on X it's TV47 Digital, and on Facebook it's TV47 Kenya. So right now, let's look at what Cape Media put in. Remember, story ni yetu, kama kawaida. And as Arocha has said, it's a reality. And the Cape Media FKF partnership deal, outline of performance-based rewards. The league champion will take home at least 1 million Kenyan shillings. Arocha, what's your take on these?
Marvelous.
It's awesome, right?
Marvelous. It's a beginning. Someone might argue that it's not much. But if you have been involved in the game, you'll realize that this is a lot of money. This is money that will not only help clubs, but the individual players. You played in the league, the women league, and you could see the kind of challenges that these ladies were going through. So once again, good job. And this is just but the beginning. I believe more is coming.
There was a time number one took home 300,000 Kenyan shillings. But seeing Cape Media coming in with 1 million shillings for number one and the runners-up 500 Kenyan shillings, I believe that's a very good deed. And second place will receive 500,000 shillings, whereby the third place will be rewarded 250,000 shillings. Having these in mind, Arocho, that number 1, 2, and 3 will be taking something at home. I believe that the league will be more competitive, and a lot of people, a lot of fans will recognize the ladies' league. Something that I saw for the very first time during the FIFA series. People bought tickets. The final of Kenya and Australia, of which I would love to recommend the fans. Walifanya kazi fiti sana, the celebration, the screams and everything. Arocho, parting shot tukimalizia, one word to Cape Media, by the way.
Kudos. And you know, Kenyan fans just want something packaged.
Yeah.
When you package your product well, it will be bought. When people feel that with ladies football, people should not pay to go for lady football, it's because we've not packaged it so well to attract. So Cape Media is one of the entities that is now packaging the ladies football. And story in here too. And I believe that by the end of the season, the interest will even grow towards the ladies game.
All right, let's move on to the Pamoja AFCON 2027 preparation. Remember, we are hosting Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. We are hosting AFCON 2027. And Kampala, walitembelewa kidogo for the preparations of AFCON 2027. Arocho, there were some talks. I'll start with you, Felix. There were some talks that Kenya is not yet ready. They've not paid the stadium bado. That when your time ikifika, Kenya, we are usually at the last minute. We saw how this situation at Kasarani vile ilikuwa during Gor Mahia's game. Mambo ni mbaya. What's your take on that?
Okay, mimi naweza sema hivi, we don't care. Inafikanga mali we don't care. Kuna people don't understand that this is a bigger tournament. Maybe sisi wenye tuko kwa sport to understand, but kuna people they don't understand it that way. Because ukiniuliza Kasarani by this time ifai kwa tinatumika. I remember that game ya Gor Mahia na Bandari. To be honest, that was hata sije kama inafaa kuchezwa hata NSL hiyo kiwanja. And imagine we are talking about national stadium, international stadium. Hiyo si City Stadium ama SG Dandora. Lakini ukiangalia pitch hiyo kiwanja is so unwanting. I love then ukiangalia this other country, they are trying their best. Like ama tuliona Mahoro when it hosted was it FIFA series. Ukiangalia kiwanja marvelous. Lakini sasa sisi tuko na kiwanja mbili yenye baada tutaki hata kujua, we don't care. And so kuna zile events zinaikuwa kwa hizo viwanja. And once I say this Samali, we don't have a football stadium in Kenya. We have event stadiums.
Why are you saying that? That's so deep.
Because mimi kesho nikiamka nataka kuweka crusade in my stadium. I'll pay. Umenielewa?
Yeah.
We don't have football stadium in Kenya. Umenielewa? And then kuna zile vitu tunafaa kuwa tunatoa kwanza hapana. Sababu ile nyasi iko na life. Nyasi ni something iko na life. The moment kuna kiatuwezi kanyagano nyasi. But for us, game ilishajana uliona what happened. Na tunafaa kuwa tunachunga hiyo nyasi. We don't care. Kuna mwenye ajui hiyo. So tukirudi nyuma unaangalia Tanzania, Uganda, wanajaribu. For us tunakuangalia ile bragging right. Tulidevelop country, tukafika mali, tukasimama hapo. Unanielewa? Nyayo Stadium. Kuna kiwanja inaitwa Hoima Stadium in Uganda, Ruchu. Umenielewa? Mali imetengenezwa even is outside even Kampala. Mbali sana na Kampala. But ukiangalia kiwanja inakaje. Sisi hapa Kenya, to be honest, ni kiwanja gani inaweza fikia Nyayo Stadium yenye outside Nairobi? Hakuna. So sisi tuna depend hapa kwa Nairobi. Hatuna hata outside huko kiwanja ati kuna kiwanja za tengenezwa uangalie. If it's not in Nairobi, it's somewhere else. Hakuna.
You talked about that sometimes, that you don't understand why you should have 3 stadiums in Nairobi. And also you mentioned that right now about having even a stadium in Eldoret, in Mombasa. Let's talk about these Pamoja AFCON, then we can talk about this stadium.
Well, the Pamoja bid is still very strong. I was a bit scared when we heard that Uganda had a stadium that CAF had a lot of issues against when they went for the last inspection. But in terms of our preparedness as a country, I think Kenya is up there. I think we've done our job so well. But I'd like to look at it differently from the way Junior is looking at it. We are doing so badly as a country in terms of stadium because of our clubs. Clubs should start owning their own stadiums. Whatever the government has done at Kasarani, at Raila Amolo Stadium along Langata Road, these should just be complementing the efforts that clubs have put. How many clubs do have their own playing area in this country? Tanzania, Azam has their own playing area. Simba is also coming up with theirs very shortly. Yanga is also developing a modern stadium in due course. But what are we doing as a country? We like complaining and talking about the government not doing it. It's not about the government to put up stadiums for clubs like Gor Mahia and FC Leopards. You need to come together and get yourself ready to have your own stadiums. And that's why you see stadiums in Europe are doing well. Because Wembley, which is more or less a government institution, only plays very few matches. I was surprised when I went to Anfield. Anfield as a stadium cannot play more than 36 matches in a year. What I mean is that the 18 matches that they play in the Premier League, the 6 matches or 7 at most in the Champions League, if they do 5 in the FA, if they do, let's say, 6 in the Carabao, it cannot go past 36. Believe you me, Anfield as a stadium does not accommodate more than 36 matches in a year. Now, look at the flip side in our country. The reason why Anfield can do that is because Liverpool don't have their training sessions at Anfield. They have their training sessions elsewhere. So Anfield is just where they play their matches. And that's what our clubs should be trying to do. But here we are, all clubs are complaining about Kasarani, yet Kasarani is a government facility, and it's there to take care of the major matches. More so when Harambee Stars is, in my own opinion, when Harambee Stars is playing, Kasarani should not be hosting league matches. It's only doing that because of the incapability that is within our clubs. Yeah. So I'm challenging these clubs. KCB Football Club, a very, very good bank. They should develop what is at Karen, their sports club at Karen, and put it up as even a 5,000 seater for a starter. Shabana, do you as in Kisi, make sure that Estadio de la Gousi is at, a very good standard. You understand? Clubs should start owning their stadiums. All right. So Kasarani, Nyayo, and Raila Amolo will be left for Harambee Stars or major events like AFCON. But when you, as a club, you don't have where to play your league matches, you expect all matches to be played at Kasarani. And then we start blaming the stadium management. No, we are not being fair to them.
Yeah. So last week, stakeholders visited Kampala for the preparation of the Pamoja AFCON 2027. And also, Hussein Mohammed was there. So let's listen to what they had to say about the preparation of the Pamoja AFCON 2027 in Kampala.
It is very important that we all speak from the same script, that we all pull together to deliver this event. It is not just a continental event anymore, it's a global event. We will be welcoming guests from all over the world. And it is important that they experience, of course, a beautiful competition, but also our hospitality, our culture, our traditions from within the region. So it is, in that regard, it is extremely, extremely fundamentally important that we work as a team and that Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania puts forward the best collaboration that has ever been seen. For the first time, 3 countries are hosting this prestigious competition, which has seen phenomenal growth over the years. And 2027 will be something else. And Kenya, I know Kenya is ready, I know Tanzania is ready, I know Uganda is ready.
Kikao hiki kinaanza kutupa changamoto kuhakikisha kwamba yale ushauri uliotolewa, maelekezo yaliyotolewa tunayafuata kuhakikisha kwamba tunafanya vizuri. Mwezi Agosti kutakuwa na inspection nyingine, angalau tuwe kwenye asilimia zaidi ya 80, lakini pia mwezi wa 12 tunataka Disemba 2026 kila kitu kiwe sawa, ibakie sisi kufanya tournament za majaribio.
Before we move on to the English Premier League, I want to remind you our question of the day, and it was, can FC Leopard win the league? Because they came in blazing so hot that this is their league, and we've had their fans saying that this is their season. I want to read some of your feedback. Remember, our WhatsApp number is 0793267279, and on our Facebook page is TV47 Kenya. This is on WhatsApp. I can see Waidaka Gist. One, focus on football, not fights. The second one, rebuild trust with stakeholders. Give me that's on WhatsApp, and I can see let the fight until we get banned so we can come back and enjoy their fruits. Si hawataki tusaidike na uongozi wao. Give me the next one on WhatsApp. This is Alvin on WhatsApp. As long as ni Sports Kenya, pesa lazima iwekwe. Anasema pesa lazima iwekwe kwa suruali. Okoth Geoffrey says the loss against Police did it. That's where they lost it. I think where AFC Leopard, after they were beaten by Police. Give me another one on WhatsApp. That one is saying, WhatsApp number is 0793267279. Edward Cedric says that they cannot. The last time they won a league, Nyayo, Papa Daniel, Toritich, Arab Boy was still in power. That was back in 1998 and the last one is they cannot. So Edward Cedric believes that AFC Leopard cannot win the league. All right, now let's move on to the English Premier League. Arsenal, currently Arsenal number 1. They moved on to number 1, Juicy, but still people still believe that Bado, something they believe that they beat Newcastle 1-0, of which it was a very slight win, having them wanna win this season because how many years is it, from 2004? Yeah, that is 22 years. Aracho, tuanze na wewe about Arsenal reclaiming the top spot.
Well, kudos. They won their last match. It was not an easy match. But as I said, I've said it on this show enough times that I was not worried against Bournemouth. Arsenal, I was not worried, though I was surprised when Bournemouth beat Arsenal. I'm fearing 2 matches. I've always been saying that I fear Fulham. That will be a derby, and West Ham. Fulham won their match, I think, yesterday 1-0. For me, they're moving towards that derby with a lot of confidence. Arsenal needs to be wary of those 2 matches. West Ham lost, I think they lost over the weekend, if I'm not wrong. But it's a side that is a very strong side when it comes to derbies. The derbies that Arsenal have played against West Ham have always been tough on Arsenal. So these are matches that are going to be very significant for Arsenal moving towards the championship. On the flip side, City is also facing tough matches. I think they're still facing Chelsea, if I'm not wrong. That is not going to be a walk in the park. It will be a tough match for City. But there's one thing I saw Pep doing so well over the weekend in the semi-finals against Southampton. He rested several players. And they conceded a goal, I think, 15 minutes before the match ended. That is when Southampton scored their first goal. And then they equalized, I think, on the 83rd, and of course, few minutes before the game ended. Many people thought that the rotation that he did with his players could have costed him the FA. But I feel that Pep would rather lose the FA than lose the league. I feel that Pep is that kind of a coach who believes that the league is way up there compared to to the FA. So there's more that is still coming in the subsequent matches, but ultimately the nerves, the nerves of individual players is what will count. I still feel that Arsenal don't have a leader in terms of a player who can galvanize the team. When the team is down, he can bring the team up through his actions and even his talk on the pitch. That is what Aviera, someone who can be a leader on that pitch when things don't go right. Look at Arsenal whenever they've conceded a goal. You'll see a disjointed side.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel Arsenal have not done much.
To you, Junior. First, you support Arsenal?
I'm a United fan.
Ah, very nice, very nice. So let's talk about their win over Newcastle.
Okay, Sai, there's a previous show you were with Arocho, and Arocho said every match Arsenal is playing right now is a final. Is a final. Any match now they are any opponent they are facing, Arsenal is playing as a so right now the goal difference in the Zamwai League.
Yeah.
And Sai, Man City, when they're going to play their game in hand, they know that Arsenal won 1-0. So Arsenal is ahead with 3 points with 1 goal.
Yeah.
But Man City now they are going for what? Most of this game now they will go for goals.
For goals, yeah.
Yeah, and to remind Arocho, they are done with the Chelsea. They're only playing Chelsea in the final of FA.
Oh, in the
FA. Chelsea 3-0.
That's what confused me.
Yeah, so Man City right now, ukiangalia, their game in hand. They have a game in hand which they may play either during the following weekday. Yeah. So if they win with the total numbers of goals, and Sahi umeanza kusema Arsenal went back on top. Sahi hakuna cha Arsenal are still on top.
Sahi wako
nasema, yeah, nasema the story of Arsenal are still on top inaanza kudidimia. Sahi ni they went back. Which Sahi ukiniuliza, let me be honest with you. Arsenal, look at the last 5 matches za Guardiola every season. Out of 5 matches anapiganga almost 4 games ama 5 zote. Most anawini zote. Na that's no Guardiola finishing the league. Domestic Cup, which is FA and Carabao, is not a problem to Guardiola. Losing the league and winning FA and Carabao, atafila the league is the everything. And right now, Man City have gone to the final of FA for the last, is this 6th season, Arocho?
Yes.
Yeah. Inamaanisha nini? This guy have dominated that Premier League. Yeah, that's what my take.
Citizen, still, we've said they're coming in hot now. Let's talk about the relegation battle. What is happening at Tottenham Hotspur? Right now, Wolves relegated, I think it's Burnley. So now there's a battle between West Ham,
Burnley and
Tottenham.
Well, Tottenham is a team that let go very good players, and then they did not recultivate that space. What do I mean? They let go Harry Kane, a prolific striker, a player who will bang you 10 plus goals every season. They let go Sung Yung Min, another very instrumental player in that team. And who did they bring in? And this is what affected the likes of Leicester, who now have moved from the second tier, they've moved to the third tier of the English league. When you are on top, you must be very careful, because sustaining your supremacy is not easy if you don't have a plan. And I think Tottenham invested more onto their stadium. I think their stadium is about 3 or 5 years old now. They put in a lot of money in that stadium, and they forgot when they were letting go the likes of Harry Kane and Sung Yung Min. They never thought of investing by bringing in quality players in that team. And that's precisely what is ailing Tottenham. I saw their match over the weekend. There was a match they were leading until the last minute.
Was it Brighton?
Brighton, and they conceded a late goal. And you could see the kind of players, with all due respect to the players currently at Tottenham, but I feel that they did not plow in quite well in terms of talent, in terms of the standards and the levels of players they brought into the team. And if they are not going to be careful, Tottenham is going to be relegated, and it will be very sad having a magnificent stadium of the kind that they're having currently in London, and then you're going to play in the lower league. So it's a team that I hope if they are going to survive, they need somebody to put in money that will enable them bring in quality players next season.
Felix, do you agree with that, Rachel? Because right now the difference between West Ham and Tottenham is only 2 points. One is 34, the other one is 36.
Tottenham wameshindwa they have failed to find that I don't know ndaitumia word gani. Wame failed to completely, like venye amesema, you sell player like Son, who was the captain when Harry Kane left. He was a good player. He was a leader. Ukimwangalia sana, he was a leader. Yeah. Then Harry Kane went. A player who can score you 20 goals plus a season. Now you have players like Richarlison who will score today, then after 3 games again will score. You will never come back. And then I think winning Europa, when they won Europa, they let a lot of players leave. Because most of those players in that team had already achieved what they could have achieved in another club. So they have already achieved. So Tottenham never knew it's not over. They thought, it's over, now we are done. Like, who is is it Levy? The person managing Tottenham is called Levy. I think Levy. Is it Levy? Yeah. That guy is stubborn. Even when he was told that to buy good players, he said Tottenham is still a building team. And right now, from that top 4 competitor to now relegation, and to be honest, they are going. They are going. They are going. I have started believing out there. I was that kind of a person saying Tottenham is a bigger club, and then maybe FA may not allow them go. But now I've started believing they are going. Yeah, wanaenda. Because Burnley, the team which is confirmed is Wolves. Yeah. Now there are 3 teams remaining.
Also Burnley may confirm they're relegated. Burnley are 20 points only. And then Tottenham is 34.
The red zone only,
Wolves, Burnley.
They're done.
Yes.
So West Ham
and Tottenham.
And they're landing.
Tottenham 34 points, West Ham 36.
36.
Now, tonight, Manchester United is facing Brentford, which currently Man City is at number 3. Man United is at number 3, Brentford at number 9. And Manchester United, we have to win at least 2 games to find a position in the UEFA Champions League. Arosho, tukimalizia na hii game tonight, Man United versus Brentford.
Well, other than the match against Leeds, where United lost, I feel United are now, they've gotten their groove. I like what I'm seeing in that midfield. Bruno Fernandes is magnificent. I think he's currently the leading assist. The leading in terms of assist in the league. Mbeumo, I've liked the way he's blended with the team. Initially, he came and there were a lot of issues in his fitness, but I've seen him doing so well in terms of scoring goals. Cunha has also gotten his groove. Initially, I think when these players came in, they were still not settled. But I'm not seeing Brentford giving United a lot of resistance in this match. I'm seeing United playing the Champions League next season because they are currently number 3 and even number 4 will participate. So I'm not seeing United, unless it's a catastrophe, I'm seeing United maintaining their form. And they'll pick, I'm seeing them picking from where they're going to leave at the end of the season, next season. And in a bigger way, United are going to challenge for the trophy.
Briefly, Felix, tukimalizia game ya leo, kichwa wapi?
Nachukia Monday. Angalia games Manchester imecheza Monday. Ebu angalia game mingi.
Kwa hivyo uko na doubts?
Nachukia Monday. Time ni mwana Monday. Everton was on Monday.
Leeds.
Those Wolverhampton 1-1 was Monday. Leeds was on Monday. Another game. Hizo Burnley on Monday. I mistake it to Monday. Yeah, Monday. And then to make it worse, hizo Monday zote, hizo game tumecheza home.
Kwa hivyo leo
Monday leo.
So komsi komsa.
Okay, kulingana na result ya Liverpool, which Liverpool won, sasa tunatoshana point with Liverpool 58-58. Yeah, tunatoshana point na Liverpool.
Yeah.
Walishinda 58-58. We are just ahead because of
the goal difference,
So Manchester ndio game ikijua we either had 3 points ama tutoshane na unajua sidi wa Manchester ni Liverpool. Yeah, so wanaende tu hapo wakijua yenyewe ni noma.
Well, all right. Thank you so much, Felix Jr. Thank you so much, Fred Arocho. All the best to Manchester United tonight. Carrick Ball lazima ifanye kazi yake. It has been Monday Blitz each and every single Monday. We are here. And remember, starting today, it will be from 8 to 10 a.m. on TV47. Story ni yetu, Arosha said it's a reality. I am Katela Macy. See you next Monday, same place, same time.